Welcome to Video 1 in the Money Education Financial Statement Preparation and Analysis Software Instructional Video Series. This video will cover how to get started using the software. We'll review how to create a new case, provide an overview of the top navigation bar, talk about how to manage cases, duplicate cases, and change the name on cases. To log into the software, you'll need to use your registered email and password. And then click I have read the terms of use. The first page you see is the Manage Cases page. Here you can select an existing case on the right, or you can create a new case by clicking the plus case button, then giving it a name and clicking on Save Case. Let's go ahead and create a new case for our example purposes. And I'm just going to name this case the example case and save the name. After you save your new case name, the first page you come to is your first data entry page. Before we review it, let's first take a look at the top navigation bar. The blue tabs on the left are data entry tabs. In the middle, you have tabs to run reports and the three-panel approach, which are your first steps in analysis. This is where your balance sheet and income statement will be generated using inputs from the blue tabs. It's also where the software will create some basic financial planning ratios and evaluate certain client needs, again based on the inputs in the blue tabs. You can identify which tab you're on by the fact that it's highlighted in orange. Notice that when we initially create a case, the first thing we have to do is fill in some information on the Investment Planning tab. Filling in the client's risk tolerance information on this page will calculate an appropriate asset allocation and expected portfolio return, which will feed to the Input tabs as the growth rate on the portfolio assets. I'm going to fill in the risk tolerance questionnaire for our example clients just by making the client answer strongly agree and the spouse answer agree to all of the questions. Once I have filled in those boxes, I can scroll down and click on the Save button. From there, you can see that the software calculates the expected portfolio return to be 9.77%. Notice that you do have the ability to override the expected portfolio return if necessary. For example, if the client wishes to use a more conservative expected return. Once this information is saved, we can access the other tabs on the navigation bar. Other videos will walk you through each of these tabs. For now, let's go back to the Manage Cases page. From the Manage Cases page, you can work with an existing case to load it or duplicate it. You can also create a new case. Let's take a look at how to duplicate a case. I'll select the example case that we just created. And now you see that I have a button available to duplicate the case. This feature is extremely useful, allowing you to preserve your basic case information while running multiple scenarios with different recommendations or testing for sensitivity to changing variables. For example, you may wish to see how sensitive the goals are to the expected rate of return. What if it's less than we estimated? Or what if inflation is higher than we originally estimated? Each time you duplicate a case, the program automatically gives it a name with the current date added on. We suggest changing that name to something that's more meaningful to you. For example, I might make this example inflation 4% if that's a scenario that I wanted to run, and click Save Name. And we can now see the new name in the right-hand side case list, but we can also access our original example case. This concludes our review of how to get started using the software. Be sure to watch the remaining videos for helpful tips when entering client information, running reports, making recommendations, using the calculator tabs, and working with the long-term goals tab.